So, this is a simple test. To keep things honest, I'll just ask a few questions and then some. This is just a looking back at then to looking now kind of test. So for any time your answer is yes to any of these questions, just raise your hand, nod your head, or look into my eyes and hold your gaze. Or if you're uncomfortable with that shit, just look 2 inches above my head and I won't know the difference. So have you ever written someone a poem? Have you ever given someone said poem and spent days wondering if said someone found it sweet or cringeworthy or if you spelled their name wrong? Do you have a favorite song that always seems to keep changing? Have you ever been reminded of distant memories when a certain song randomly started playing? Was it something you wanted to forget? Or was it something you thought you almost forgot but were glad to still remember? Do you still keep in touch with old friends? Do you like collecting your nicknames? Do you worry about the goodbyes every time you meet new strangers that you think you'll love to call friends? Do you think people consider you to be a quiet person? Do you talk to yourself a lot? Do you think that you're a quiet person? Have you ever worried that people think you're uninterested in a conversation even though you're listening but don't say anything? Because you think it sounds too quiet or unimportant enough to be loud. Do you remember the first time you felt loud? Have you ever felt everything around you turn slowly silent like the aftermath of a storm or a really violent nervous breakdown? Have you then surrounded yourself in noise to blur out what goes on in the head? Did you want to hear the silence again? Or get away from it? Have you ever been to an establishment that thinks you're not old enough for this shit? Have you even thought about ripping up your passport and choosing a new life for yourself? Have you thought of a new name? Do you sometimes catch yourself in the middle of a daydream calling yourself by that name? Mr. Dick Waffle. Sometimes think that you may be 100 years away from being too old for playing Pokemon or getting high on ice cream or saying, fuck yeah, while cartwheeling in public. Do you wish you'd done more gymnastics as a kid? Maybe you wouldn't freak out as much if you did. Do you sometimes wish that things could be as easy as it used to back then? Does the same thought make it hard at times to keep things in perspective? Do you sometimes worry about asking yourself questions because you're afraid of getting honest responses from a stranger? Was this test easy? Thank you. Introductions. I get lost quite easily, unintentionally. I'm originally from Nepal, but I've been living here for over a year, but that shit still happens at least once a week. From the top of the next hill to my street, from Tesco's ice cream section to the exit. I like to think it's genetic, but it's just shit instincts. So this next poem is about someone I've known all my life who likes to fuck shit up in hopes of making things better. It's called Redeem the Home Verb. Around 400 days and 5,000 miles ago, he packed up all his stuff so he could leave his baggage behind. Well, that's how it works. And here she is, packing all her life into a suitcase, carrying the baggage along and then some. She says, home is where I stop next. It's from the point where he's going to, from where he's at. See, Russ playing to the soul that this jigsaw puzzle person, he slowly loses his mind. Of all the lives he's died upon and the ones that never got lived. Like a wandering tree got mugged at Beak Point by a woodpecker fleet, robbed him of all his years in skin, left him bark naked and beat. He says home is the inside of a bus going a good distance from point A to point C. Home is point B. But it's not always where the heart is, because sometimes these things be phantom rhythms, miles, years, and unlived lives away. Attached with memory strings to a bed, a building, a person, always tangling. See, his courage is the size of a peanut, rolling like a baseball down Bristol and looked at through a telescope from Mars. The length of his awkward is exactly that long. He says he wants to live his life like a verb, simple, present, continuously redeeming, making pretty out of all the ugly. That's why he beats himself up so much, says he's addicted to it. He knows that loneliness is just learning to be kind to yourself. And at times he's just saying to himself that even when his holy loneliness creeps up to him like church incense in a cemetery small when his sister asks him, "How are you, stupid?" Instead of saying, "I miss you, I love you, I fucking need you," he goes, "I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay, I am not okay." So he doesn't want pity or sympathy. He's got that shit stuffed in the freezer when all the punches run out. The punches on wood brain hurt, especially if birds leave splinters like gang signs. And self-loathing does not have an expiry date, y'all. You can hate yourself anytime you want. He knows that. So you know what he does next? He goes ahead and gets an indoor plant. Says it's ventilation for the room, but I know that shit runs deeper. But the plant's cool. Her name's Vera. Aloe Vera. It's not that he's lazy. He just thinks that she calls him being, human being, and he likes that. He says, "Watch me in choppers while I ride this out. See, I am beautiful in training." He says this is point B, and he is simple, present, perfectly redeemed, searching for a new verb. Thank you very much.